Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And as the OpTic guys gear up for the Kickoff Classic this weekend, Rambo, their coach, has a few words to say on how they are looking heading into the Kickoff Classic. He reckons their search and destroy, if anything, compared to the other teams, may well be better than their hardpoint. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoy the video, hitting the like button, it's the best thing you can do. Top of the channel recently, people, and please do subscribe as well if you have not yet already. First of all, this is from Charlie Intel and Call of Duty in general. Season 2 delayed to prioritize fixes. This is, I mean, most people are seeing this as a positive, but I just can't believe this happens every single time. I guess it comes from the Activision side. I think a lot of people are realizing the devs just don't have, like, the resources that they need. The devs might not be the greatest, like, they don't seem to quite achieve as much as they used to 10 years ago or so, but still, it seems like everything right now gets delayed. Of course, there are some positives in the sense that there's a load of fixes right now that they need to bring to the general game, and maybe some of that was competitive related, right, even though I kind of doubt it, but, you know, we'll see what they prioritize. They say, of course, their priority is our gaming experience, but, I mean, who's even playing Vanguard anymore? But still, I mean, yeah, they're going to delay Season 2. What this does mean, frustratingly, is that some of the things that we thought might come with Season 2, the likes of ranked play, for example, or a potential new map, because a lot of pros are saying we need desperately a new actual playable map that they might bring back from the past, a London Docks from World War II, a Samurai Dumont from World War II. Those are kind of the two big ones in discussion right now. Like, a lot of pros are saying we need them back urgently, because right now we only have 2 maps that are playable in Control, in Gather 2 and Tuscan, and in the other modes as well, there's only 4 maps that are even played on right now. We need another one to make it 5. And of course, if Season 2 is getting delayed, that well, pushes back any opportunity that might well arrive, which probably means ranked won't come until at least the end of February, I guess kind of where it was last year. We were hoping it might be a little bit earlier than that, frankly, and I guess it could arrive on the 14th of February with the launch of the season, which would be the most optimistic appraisal, and then maybe they bring a new map time like mid-season or something, so we potentially get it for Stage 2, which I guess wouldn't be the end of the world, but hopefully the map they do bring in, if they do bring in one, is actually playable, not a USS Texas, which I guess might be usable for search and destroy, but we need something that could be good for all modes, I think, at the moment. Just wanted to mention this as well, because if you saw this, there's absolutely zero chance, in my opinion, this could possibly be real. There's no way that Call of Duty is this high a priority for the Microsoft guys. Like, I mean, they're mostly thinking about mobile, I think, and of course the long-term revenues and stuff. There's no way that Microsoft just sent an email to, like, Activision guys, so look, this is what we're going to do in Call of Duty, and I mean, like, having all of these exclusive, right, there's no way that Microsoft know more about the state of COD than the Activision guys do, and yeah, it's going to be boots on the ground, it's going to go, CDL would dissolve, MLG will return, like, you know, there's just no way this is the case, right? Obviously, you know, maybe some wishful thinking in here, but, you know, there's just no way Microsoft came in within hours of announcing the acquisition. They're talking about the way that Call of Duty is going to go in the future. I guess it would be nice, but I don't think we're going to see any real positive consequences of this for quite some time. This also to mention from Gunless, just because we talked about, okay, Gunless, how much pubs is he playing? Is he really grinding this game as much as he has done previous ones? And as he says, hitting level. So he's here in the pubs, and I mean, some people are definitely playing pretty hard right now, and I mean, 205 eliminations, not too bad. Only 3 seconds in the hill, but it doesn't matter when you win the game anyway. So yeah, Gunless, I guess, back on his grind, it seems. This also, some scrims going down last night. This is honestly really exciting, the results of these, because just a couple of days ago, we saw the LA Thieves beat Boston 5-1. Then they played 2 sets of scrims last night up against Florida and Surge, and both of them go 3-3. So it seems right now that both teams, like pretty much all the teams, maybe in the middle of the pack type area, are so highly contested. It's pretty insane, and I'm sure it's going to be potentially make some great matchups this weekend. So it was 3-3. They split the hard points, they split the controls as well. Then it's Surge, and well, this time it goes slightly differently. It's Surge who win most of the hard points. They are considered right now, Surge, to be one of the strongest hardpoint teams. Most of the pros that I talked to on the Breaking Point channel, if you guys want to check a few of those interviews out, said that Surge right now in scrims, at least in hardpoint, are probably like a top 3, top 4 team in the game. And I mean, they win 3 out of the 4 of them here against Boston. But in control, Boston win both the controls. So that's always kind of interesting, right? Because yes, there's only one control in the series being played this weekend, but still, Seattle can be the greatest hardpoint team in the world, but if they lose all the controls, they're going to be in a tough spot, kind of how LAG did last year. And to be fair, Seattle's last team was in a pretty similar boat as well. Now, speaking of this weekend, a potential big matchup going on could be LA Thieves versus OpTic Texas, right? That's one of the ones we're most excited for, and hopefully it happens. These guys just have to beat Paris, which you would think would be achievable. Then they play OpTic in the first round. That, of course, is pretty cool. Now, well, Envoy, it was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to Envoy, and there was, of course, some responses, right, from Dashie, for example, and it is kind of interesting, because these guys, obviously, they get on well, I'm sure they still do, but there is certainly an element, I'm sure, in Envoy's perspective, that, you know, he wants to get one back on these guys for, effectively dropping in for Shotzzy. The move obviously makes sense, the way the merger was going down, but still, I mean, Envoy, I'm sure, wants to get one back on these guys. Thanks, Bruce, see you around, he says. This also to formal, of course, teammates last year, miss you, kids, miss you too, Matt, just know I'm in Texas Texas, so watch your back, right? So of course they're not going to be matching up anytime this year, but you know, still maybe Envoy will see him around. But as we looked at, this was the potential bracket. Now this is what Nick of Atlanta FaZe put together for his kind of bracket predictions this weekend. I don't know if the grand final is going to be best of 9. I don't reckon it is. It's probably just going to be a best of 5, to be honest. But this is what he's put together anyway. I thought these were kind of relatively decent predictions, right? He's got New York running through. He's got definitely some, well, shock pricks, but you can see what the bracket is going to look like here if teams, well, go as he expects them to. Of course, you could well have an Ultra versus OpTic. I think that the right side of the bracket might be easier to predict than the left side of the bracket, to be honest. But yeah, there is a very realistic possibility that FaZe versus OpTic is the finals this weekend, which of course would be very exciting. But one of the big questions to be raised is, yes, we've only really seen a hardpoint scrims go on so far between the pro teams. We know that, okay, Seattle, Boston, they're pretty good in the hardpoints, but how good are they in controls, and especially how good are they in the search and destroys? Like, that's a real question you don't know. Search and destroy wins championships, as of course Nature once said, and Rambo, being the coach of the OpTic team, definitely had a few words to say on the matter. He was describing right here that yes, their hardpoint's good right now. He thinks they're a top tier team, definitely capable of winning this event, gelling really well right now, but also their search and destroy in the scrims they've played, as if anything, looked better than a lot of the other teams they've played against. Just before I share the clip, actually, Rambo does say that it's not sure, at least when he was recording this, the control is going to be played this weekend. It now has been confirmed by the CDL that will be the case with Gavato and Tuscan.
How have the guys been looking?
Really good. I mean, I'd say like we're definitely a top tier team right now.
Okay.
There's still confusion as to what exactly modes we're gonna play.
That's scary.
We don't know exactly if we're playing control or not. My assumption is gonna be no, but there's like they fixed some of the bugs that were going on with it, but there's literally like randomly the game could just end at any point in time now. So yeah, it's not ideal.
Of course it can.
But yeah, I think we're most likely gonna be playing 2. I don't know if it's gonna be 2 hard points, 3 searches, or 3 HPs, 2 searches. We don't know that yet.
At their event?
And yeah, the first event. I
mean,
it's
that's
like,
weird.
Like for me, it's not like, I mean, I guess it's, as a coach, it's kind of like it's not the greatest, but like it's a kickoff event. Like it's not. If it was a regular season event, then I'd be pissed because it's like towards champs. Like I'll say this a million times. I've said this a million times. I care about champs. Like we could go finish 3rd, 4th, 5th for all the events, and we win champs. I consider that a successful season. So literally everything is a build up to that. So like you ask me how the team's good right now. I'm not gonna tell you exactly how I feel about it, but like I think the team's good enough to win this tournament. So, but yeah, that's.
Hopefully it's 3 HPs because you guys are scrimming HP all day, right?
Yeah, we scrim. I mean, we've been scrimming a good amount of search too, to be fair. So it's like, and I honestly think we're looking better in search than at least the teams.
That's a really good search team.
So yeah, we're like we have a lot of good minds, and I think we gel well.
That's a really good search team.
Yeah.
So we are only going to get 2 search and destroys this weekend in the series. Not going to get 3. It's not going to go hardpoint search, hardpoint search or something. We are going to get controllers that game 3, which does make sense all things considered. But yes, probably the team that wins this weekend, as most teams seem to be relatively well matched right now in the hardpoints, and the control seems kind of, no one really understands it. It's going to be tough to be a consistently great team, I think, in control, at least at the present time. Search and destroy may well be the key. And of course, snipers are in the game right now. You've got Dashy, you've got Illy. I mean, Shoxy and Scump. Scump was a phenomenal search and destroy player last year as well. So if anything, and especially the way this game might play right now in search, because we talked, I'm pretty sure that Scump said a couple of weeks ago that search and destroy in this game plays relatively similar to how it did back in Infinite Warfare, where you basically just full rush a bomb site and get the trades, because there's no real strategy involved. Now, that may well change over time. With snipers in play, that may also well change in terms of how people are using things. But still, Infinite Warfare was the game where effectively gun skill dominated search and destroy. It was basically team deathmatch, and with an objective, to plant the bomb or whatever. In this game, if it's the same, the teams with greater gun skill should be pretty good at search and destroy. And that was the OpTic Dynasty back in Infinite Warfare. That was their best year of search and destroy. They had like a 75% win rate compared to the other years of the Dynasty. They had like a 50, 55, 60% win rate in Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. Very different story in Infinite Warfare. Maybe this year, given the gun skill, the raw gun skill that is certainly on the OpTic team, that might be one of the reasons why they're looking really good in that mode right now. But yeah, interesting stuff. That may well be the key to them having success this weekend. This I also thought was really cool from the subliners. Of course, they did some great content when they were out in New York in, sometime last year, December, end of November or something. They did some awesome content like this. This is a really cool hype video, to be honest, for the organization, for the roster, that I imagine they're going to have when things do kick off here in only just a few hours time, frankly, like less than 24 hours. The season, I guess the Kickoff Classic kicks off. One question that has been raised actually is whether this weekend's event, I guess we'll talk about predictions and stuff like that tomorrow morning, as whether this actually counts as a championship. Because on a Lion Man card, if you win this weekend, does it count as a championship? Now, the fact of the matter is, this may well not count as much, and I don't think it should count as much as, a major this season or champs, for example. But at the end of the day, if we're counting those home series victories with only 8 teams back in Modern Warfare, surely this one has to count. There's all the teams are there in attendance. Yes, it's single elimination, but there is a prize pool on the line. And some of the events that we count from back in like Black Ops 3, where there was like only a few teams there in attendance, the event was right at the start of the game and had so many bugs and glitches, those count as event victories. So if anything, this probably has to. And as Lion Man points out right here, I thought this was cool already. This is back in 2019 now, but he made this, and I wonder if he'll actually redo this for this season. It would be cool to see. This is pretty much what he did for kind of a competitive page you might have when you load up Modern Warfare. Like I mean, this is the thing with Counter-Strike, right? If there's a big game going on, you always see that the match kind of embedded in the screen, and it's just something that should be theoretically quite easy to do. You would at least think. Like obviously Lion Man designed this. It's different to actually put it in the game itself, but even a few of these features would be great, right? And meet the Dallas Empire, all this type of cool stuff that he made back in 2019. That if we had them today, I'm sure it'll be a massive step in the right direction. I don't think we're ever going to get them though, frankly, because by the time they even consider putting this stuff in the game, it's time for the new one to come out, which is, I guess, how things have been the last couple of years. And this also, just to finish off with, really from the Simp side, like a shout out FaZe Clan. Pretty sure they did some cool stuff. They gave, Nick, actually, I just mentioned, right, from FaZe, did that design of the graphic that we looked at right here. And I'm pretty sure they gave him a ring, actually, like they gave him a championship ring. So that was really cool. He was one of their big social media guys, did a lot of work for the team. So that was fantastic to see. Pretty sure Mack will probably get one at some point as well. And the players, they gave him these kind of spinny things. Not really sure what this is, but I guess it looks kind of cool. And I kind of feel bad really for Clay here with the replies. He says that I think all I got was some anxiety and depression after my last champs win, because pretty much both the last championships he won in Black Ops 4 and then Modern Warfare, after winning both of them, like everything went chaotic, right? Especially the Modern Warfare one, where the day after winning champs, he got dropped from the team when it went back to 4v4. So kind of crazy the last couple of years of Call of Duty, but very much intrigued to get your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit on a like button, tell us the YouTube gods this is a good video, and as like you should see it as well, and I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.